What happens when a picture-perfect reality TV romance turns into one of the messiest public breakups we've seen in years?
This man has not paid a bill in this house in years. Even with a job, he hasn't paid a bill in this house in years.
Just my mother. This was a joint partnership in taking the money. I gave my parents, though, a notice that I'm going to be telling the truth.
You get out of my face. You hear me? Get out of my face.
Get out of here. You hear me? You better get this camera out of here. You better get this camera out of here. Off the camera.
Well, her being 8 months pregnant.
On the surface, Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann looked like they had it all. Fame, money, a big family, and a love story that played out right in front of the cameras. But behind the glam, things were far from perfect. Over the past 2 years, their relationship has completely unraveled, dragging them into a bitter, very public divorce filled with shocking accusations. We're talking financial chaos, massive debt, and claims ranging from abuse and child neglect to narcissism, theft, and more.
I said I was filing for divorce. He said, I'm going to publicly destroy you. And he told both my daughters that as well. And that's been his goal. And that's all he cares about. It hasn't worked yet.
And with both sides constantly firing back, the truth has only become harder to untangle. So what really happened between Kim and Kroy? How did their fairy tale fall apart so dramatically? In this video, we're breaking down everything you need to know, from how their relationship began to the red flags along the way, and finally the explosive details of their ongoing, messy divorce. Before they became one of reality TV's most talked about couples, Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann were living very different lives. Long before fame, Kim was already a mother. She had her first daughter, Brielle, in 1997 from a previous relationship. In 2001, she married Daniel Toke, and the same year, they welcomed their daughter, Ariana. However, the marriage was short-lived, and the couple divorced in 2003, leaving Kim as a single mother of 2. Her life changed dramatically when she joined The Real Housewives of Atlanta, which premiered on October 7, 2008, when she was 30 years old. With her bold personality, dramatic storylines, and luxurious lifestyle, she quickly became one of the most memorable faces on the show.
I'm very materialistic. It makes me feel good to have name brands on top of the line. I don't want anything else. I could die tomorrow. I'm gonna die wearing Dior.
Hey, what do you do? That's what you choose to do. My stuff is for real. And my stuff where I'm just letting you know.
So how much is one of your hairpieces?
Like 430.
$4.
Yeah.
Times, hang my calculator.
Times 30 is 12,000 something a month. That's absurd. I need to start wearing one a week.
Thank you.
Did you guys know I brought a helmet in case you guys wanted to like poke your heels?
Meanwhile, Kroy was focused on his NFL career, playing as a linebacker for the Atlanta Falcons. Known for being disciplined in private, he lived a life far removed from the chaos of reality television. However, everything changed in May 2010, when the two met at the charity event, Dancing with Atlanta Stars. Their first interaction, where Kim famously complimented his backside, was actually filmed and later aired on season 3 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, turning their relationship into a storyline almost instantly.
Oh, there's tight ass. Can I just be honest with you? I've never in my whole life seen an ass like that.
Yeah?
We were all sitting at the table. I was like, 10.
She got about 17 kids, and them kids need their mom at home and not in jail.
What started as an unexpected connection quickly became serious. The couple got married on November 11, 2011, at their home in Roswell, Georgia. Around the same time, their relationship was also featured in their spin-off show, Don't Be Tardy for the Wedding, which followed their journey to the altar and was later renamed Don't Be Tardy.
I guess you could call me a jack of all trades. I find pleasure in learning how to do different things.
You know how to do everything. Like you're the business manager for me, the business manager for Brielle. You take the kids to school every morning. Most of the time you're picking them up, you're doing repairs around the house, you're managing the dogs.
I'm 100% satisfied in the fact that I can take care of my family no matter what. If, for whatever reason we have, a cyber fallout and the world goes back to the Stone Age, my family will be taken care of because of me. I mean, making a wig is like any other task that involves processes, whether it's taking apart an oven, welding, building a house. Start with a foundation, and then you add layers.
Together, Kim and Kroy built a large family. They had 4 children: KJ, born in 2011, Cash, born in 2012, and twins Kaya and Kane, born in 2013. Kroy also adopted Kim's 2 older daughters, Brielle and Ariana, further blending their family.
And you adopted the girls, which I think is so beautiful and so cool. Just talk to us about why it was so important for you to do that.
In order to keep balance, you have to have priorities. You know, our careers are our priorities, our kids, our health, our happiness, you know, those things. And before Kim and before the girls and before the boys. And
as you can see, at the time, their story felt like a real-life fairy tale, one that played out both on and off camera. However, the truth was far from this. Behind the luxury mansion and reality TV life, the couple had actually been drowning in debt and loans. Alongside their financial struggles, their relationship was constantly unstable. They were fighting frequently and going back and forth on the topic of the divorce more times than anyone could count. Over the years, their issues became very public. There were incidents involving the police being called, Kroy allegedly shouting profanities in their driveway, and ongoing accusations of cheating, stealing, and constant battles over the custody of their children. However, it all started with their debt. Just a year after their marriage, in 2012, Kim and Kroy bought a beautiful home in Georgia. It was massive, around 15,000 square feet, with 7 bedrooms and 11 bathrooms, and they purchased it for about $880,000.
I absolutely love our new home. This is my dining room that I love. I did put some bling on my chairs. Y'all know I love my bling. But these are pretty cool. They have the bling on the bottom. Kroy and I are the king and queen of this house, so this is perfect for us.
On the surface, their life looked perfect, and it seemed like they had secured a great deal. But behind the scenes, the financial problems had already started. Only a year after buying their dream home, the couple took out a $300,000 home equity line of credit from Landmark Community Bank. In simple terms, they borrowed money against the value of their home, with plans to start repayment in December 2016. But when December 2016 came, there was no payment plan in place. They were given an extension until December 2017, but even then, they still couldn't pay. By January 2018, they reached a new agreement with the bank. They would pay $270,000, $1,100 monthly for the next 20 years. They followed this plan for a while, but eventually stopped making payments in October 2022. By May 2023, the bank officially terminated their loan, and interestingly, this happened around the same time Kim filed for divorce for the very first time. It strongly suggests that financial stress played a major role in their ongoing conflicts, and the bank loan wasn't their only problem. The couple reportedly owed around $1.65 million on other loans, over $1.1 million to the IRS, and about $15,000 in state taxes. By February 2023, their Georgia home was even scheduled for auction in March to help repay their debts. However, Kim and Kroy managed to cancel the auction at the last minute by paying off part of what they owed to the bank and the state. Amid all this financial chaos, Kim officially filed for divorce in May 2023, asking for primary custody of their 4 children and spousal support. In response, Kroy filed his own documents, requesting sole custody of the children and ownership of their house and properties. This back and forth went on for a long time, and trust us when we say it got messier than you can even imagine. After Kroy asked for sole custody and complete ownership of their assets, Kim fired back by filing paperwork, asking the court to make Kroy take a drug test. She claimed he was using drugs and was unfit to take care of the children.
Okay, you guys, so I'm just relaxing and I just happened to go to TMZ. And when I went to TMZ, one of the headlines is that Kim Zolciak is now demanding that Kroy get a drug test. Okay, she's demanding that he get a drug test, that the courts demand that he get a drug test. This is getting so ugly, but it's giving Karen. It really is. It's giving Karen, and it's giving like, you know, I'm trying to pull all of my tricks, you know, pull a rabbit out of my hat and trying to just do whatever that I can do so that this case goes my way. And I'm not saying, you know, Kroy could allegedly be on drugs or smoking weed or whatever, but it's just so Kim Zolciak of her, right? Like, I don't really believe it, and so this is just going to get so ugly.
So, yeah. On the other hand, Kroy had his own set of accusations. He claimed Kim had a serious gambling addiction, didn't properly care for the kids, and was extremely narcissistic. He also alleged that she was dealing with multiple mental health issues, saying she was not fit to be a parent.
So she has some significant issues. She has, like I said, 2 major compulsive behavioral addictions, the gambling and the overspending, probably alcohol abuse. And she has childhood trauma, PTSD, narcissism, and some severe unresolved issues that she
Is that something that you guys have went to together, or is it just saying from knowing her that's what you...
At this point, it was chaos. Both sides were trying to prove the other was unfit, while the kids were stuck right in the middle of it all. But believe it or not, this was just the beginning, because as we go deeper into their messy 2-year divorce, more people get involved and the situation only becomes worse. However, before getting into that, it's important to understand just how unpredictable this couple was. Just 2 months after initially filing for divorce, Kim and Kroy suddenly decided to call it off. Yes, you heard that right. They claimed they wanted to make it work, but that didn't last long at all. The reconciliation only lasted about 6 weeks before Kroy filed for divorce again, on August 25, 2023, and this time, he wasn't holding back. He asked for alimony, full custody of the children, and child support from Kim. Meanwhile, Kim seemed to be in a completely different reality. In September 2023, she posted a video claiming that they were not getting divorced and were actively working things out. She even filed a motion to dismiss Kroy's divorce filing, arguing that they had still been consistently intimate with each other. We mean, at this point, no one really knew what was going on. They were living under the same roof, one trying to end the marriage, the other trying to cancel the divorce entirely. For some context, this PAP video from 2024 that will confuse the heck out of you.
What is going on in Atlanta with you and Kroy and this just like...
I think there's a track record of Kroy being a problem.
Okay, so is he, I mean,
Nobody has any idea what I've dealt with the last 2.5, 3 years.
I mean, can you...
I'm trying to take the high road.
Can you, like, elaborate a little bit? Is there anything that you want to say? I mean, because you're not living together, obviously. You're living apart.
No, we are living together.
But aren't you living separate, or?
He has his own house, but living there.
He's not living there?
No.
So you guys are both in the house still? Oh, no kidding. Okay. How difficult is that for you?
I hate it.
Hate it. All right.
Anyways, so because of the tension, a judge had to step in and set rules for their living situation. According to the order, Kim was to stay in the basement and nanny suite, while Kroy would remain in the master bedroom. They were also not allowed to enter each other's spaces without permission, and as you can probably guess, those rules didn't last very long. It's honestly kind of crazy how indecisive both of them were throughout this entire situation. We mean, remember, they actually celebrated their 11th anniversary that same year, while going through a divorce, and just a week after that celebration, the police were called to their house. Body cam footage from that incident showed just how toxic things had become, with Kroy standing in the driveway, shouting at Kim and the police officer.
Who called you?
Your kids.
Who? What kid?
You have kids? I don't know. Whoever's in the house.
So we've been outside this whole time.
What was the argument about?
Our life. Our life. Okay, and it's f***ing destroyed.
Why is it getting so heated?
Because our life is destroyed. What don't you understand? There's no money. There's no house. We're getting divorced one day and we're not the next. Okay. She's f***ing other men. What do you want?
Just calm down.
Calm down, but I don't have a f***ing life. And I don't have somebody who won't f***ing listen to me.
Calm down.
Oh, calm down. You want to live this motherfucker? You wouldn't have lasted for a year. You wouldn't have lasted a day in this f***ing house.
What's going on, Mr. Biermann?
He's just been screaming at me for like 2 hours, like a crazy person.
Okay.
To sum it up, Kroy was accusing Kim of cheating, claiming she was seeing other men and being manipulative and narcissistic. That night, Kim left the house, while Kroy stayed behind with the kids. Or rather, the kids stayed with him, but things were far from over. One of the biggest issues was that they were still living in the same house, and neither of them was willing to leave. In January of the following year, Kim made multiple reports to the police. First, she claimed that Kroy wasn't allowing her access to their bedroom, where she kept her jewelry and designer bags. She also accused him of taking her expensive items, locking them in a safe, and even selling some of them.
Are we here with me?
No, because last time I did that, he started taking all my shoes and running.
Well, we're here, so nobody's gonna be stolen.
Don't mind. I've been out of town for a week working.
Yes, ma'am.
And he's removed a bunch of belongings.
Okay.
And he's stolen my laptop or my iPad. He's stolen all sorts of stuff out of the storage unit. I'm just trying to get my clothes and my shoes out of here and be done. I have my U-Haul back on its way here with 2 guys. I've been unloading my stuff, and that's what he did.
However, the police didn't take much action, since they were still legally married and it was considered marital property, something that would be settled in the divorce. But that wasn't the only complaint. Shortly after, Kim called the police again, this time claiming that Kroy had taken her phone and refused to give it back. The situation had become so tense and bizarre that when officers arrived, Kroy reportedly refused to even come out of his room.
While we're here, can you do us a favor? If he opens that door, will you please not create and exacerbate the issue or create another issue? Can you go in, get whatever you need, and then come back out without causing another issue? Well, then I can't help you. Sir, it's hard for me to hear.
We can't really force one way or the other. So what we're trying to get is at least the important stuff. Issue.
Despite all this, the two continued living under the same roof, forcing the judge to step in again and issue stricter orders regarding their living arrangements and protection of property. But honestly, none of it seemed to work. Kim went on to file more paperwork accusing Kroy of stealing from her, selling her belongings, and even removing security cameras from around the house. And all this was happening while their financial problems were still looming over them. Both of them clearly wanted out, but neither seemed able to fully walk away. Finally, in February 2025, they found a buyer for their home and sold it for around $2.75 million. While that might sound like a lot, it was actually far below their original asking price of around $6 million. And most of that money went straight to paying off their loans and years of unpaid taxes. But even after selling the house, the chaos didn't stop. The couple was so attached to both the home and their toxic situation that they refused to move out.
I want to catch up on everything that's been going on with you, Kim. If you had to put it into one statement, why did you and Kroy split?
Like I said, the rug was pulled out from underneath me.
What is the current status of your divorce with Kroy?
Still in process.
Are you two communicating? I see different report. Like every so often, it seems like you guys made up.
Really. I would definitely prefer to communicate more, but regarding the children, but it's just not there right now.
You and Kroy sold your dream home earlier this year. Where are you living?
I just moved into a brand new home that I love back in the end of February. I'm happy. It's great. It's perfect.
Kim even told the media that she had already moved on and was living somewhere else. But in reality, by April 2025, U.S. Marshals had to step in and forcibly remove them from the property so the new owner could take possession. Yeah, it was that bad.
Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann had a brush with the law amid their messy divorce. The Real Housewives of Atlanta alum and the retired football player were, quote, ejected from their Georgia home by U.S. Marshals in April, 3 months after it was sold, according to legal documents obtained by People magazine. Authorities said in the filing that they were commanded to remove Zolciak and Biermann off the premises with their personal belongings and to deliver full and quiet possession of the property to the new owners.
So finally, Kim and Kroy now have separate residences after all of this. But even then, the issues were still far from over. Kroy filed for divorce for a third time, again requesting the same things: sole custody of the children, alimony, and child support.
How many times are we gonna do this? I mean, they file for divorce, then they call it off, but then those tapes are released of the police in their house, and we hear all of this crazy, accusations back and forth. Kim saying like she thinks that Kroy has CTE. He's talking about her gambling problem. But then they're supposedly together. It's like they're showing them going to church together, but now they've filed for divorce again. According to TMZ, Kroy filed the divorce papers on Thursday, stating that the marriage is irretrievably broken and Kroy wants sole legal and sole physical custody of their 4 kids. Apparently, Kroy is asking for child support as well as alimony. I mean, it feels like how you're gonna get blood from a turnip. I mean, we saw the other day, Brielle apparently can't even pay her Amex bill. I don't know where this child support and alimony is gonna come from. Also, it says that Kroy is asking for exclusive use of the marital residence. I mean, this is the same home that I thought went into foreclosure, then they got out of foreclosure. So I don't even know. I mean, will that house be anyone's house much longer? A mess.
He claimed that Kim was emotionally unstable around the kids and often left them alone with strangers, essentially arguing once again that she was unfit to be a parent. On the other hand, Kim's lawyers responded by saying that these filings were rushed and made after Kroy found out that Kim had filed multiple motions that same day. They argued that his claims had no real basis and were only meant to create headlines and mislead the public. Around this time, rumors also started spreading that Kim had finally moved on and was seeing someone new. She initially tried to keep it private, but eventually began speaking more openly about it.
Are you seeing anyone right now?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Finally!
Anything more you can tell us?
He's just great. You know, I sat in the house and just worked and tried to take care of everything for 20 months, and then I finally met somebody great. And
how'd you meet him?
Through a friend.
Now, this became public partly because Kim accused Kroy of constantly stalking her, and the situation escalated so much that Kroy even received a warning related to allegedly showing up at a third party's home while Kim was present.
Said this now in court documents that Kroy is spying on her and taking some of her possessions.
Now, as for that third party, it was Kim's new boyfriend, Kyle, who would later become a major part of the ongoing drama, along with his ex-wife Jillian. But that becomes a whole separate layer of the story. We'll get into that later, because right now the focus is on Kroy's increasingly chaotic behavior during the divorce timeline. After being accused of stalking and acting obsessively, Kroy posted a series of videos on social media where he addressed everything, but let's just say it didn't help calm things down. He painted himself as the victim, spoke about being emotionally overwhelmed, and even made comments about suicide and God. Overall, it was clear he was going through a very unstable period while publicly accusing Kim of speaking negatively about him. One important thing to point out here is that despite both adults claiming to be victims, the real victims in all of this were the children. They were not only caught in the middle of constant conflict, but also affected emotionally and financially by the situation. We mean, just look at this video of Brielle breaking down in front of the cops. It's just so sad to see the kids caught up in all of this. Also, there are so many body cam footages like these that you can find hour-long compilations on YouTube. What's worse is that both of Kim's older daughters came forward and spoke about money issues. Kim's daughter, Ariana, mentioned in 2022 that the money she had earned from brand deals on social media was taken. Their eldest daughter made similar claims as well.
I have been on TV since I was 5 years old. I did reality television with my family.
So cute. Kroy painting her nails. Let me see.
First coat. And then I started posting on Instagram. I got my first brand deal when I was 14. I was doing like 3 posts a week. You get paid astronomical to do a story or to do an Instagram post, and I made quite a bit of money.
That's why I sold the cork to look like a real wine enthusiast. We know good wines. Thank you, Mom.
But unfortunately, my parents took my money.
Like, for example, I didn't know Kim and Kroy were getting a divorce until I read it on TMZ. Things like that, you know? I didn't know we had no money. Like, things like that. I'm like, what is going on? And so they're finding out shit online at the same time I am. And so I just wish that not everything was aired publicly, like, for them to see it. You know, I bought a first-class flight to the Bahamas yesterday, and then I'm told, you have $0. And I'm like, well, where did all that money go? What happened, you know? But I really feel for my mom.
Ariana also mentioned that it was both her mother's and father's fault.
What was your mom's reaction when you outed her for taking money from you on Next Gen?
I would like to very much clarify. Everybody wants this to be just my mother. This was a joint partnership in taking the money. I gave my parents, though, a notice that this was, I'm going to be telling the truth and my story, and this is what's happening.
So it was both of them?
It was both of mine.
Have you figured out exactly how much money you have that was spent by them?
No, and I don't want to know.
Does your mom ask you to purchase specific things?
The only time my mom asks me for money is if it's regarding the bills or it's something that she needs for the kids, and then she pays me back when she can.
And when Kim was asked about it, this was her response.
Kim, Ariana revealed on Next Gen that you and Kroy spent all of her money that she earned as a child. Can you reveal how much money it was and what it was spent on?
Actually, the rug was pulled out from the Zolciaks. And yeah, I mean, Ariana's money was spent on bills, to be honest. I was left, you know, holding the bag for the family, and yeah.
honestly just pathetic. And even after all of this, the drama is still ongoing because the divorce has not been fully settled yet. On top of that, Kim has now been pulled into a separate legal situation involving a major $100 million lawsuit thanks to none other than Kroy Biermann. This involves Kyle and his ex-wife Jillian, who allegedly served Kim a subpoena to appear for a deposition and testify under oath, demanding access to messages and communications related to Kyle. The reason behind this is that Kroy allegedly contacted Jillian, claiming that Kim had been receiving expensive gifts and money from Kyle for a long time. The goal is essentially to prove that Kim and Kyle may have been involved in a relationship while still married, and that financial exchanges were happening behind the scenes. So yeah, the situation has become extremely messy. In other news, Kroy has also been accusing Kim of contempt of court for speaking publicly about their divorce. She appeared on multiple podcasts and talked about how she has been the one carrying the family financially and paying for everything. She claimed that Kroy hasn't had a job for a long time, with his last NFL season being in 2015, and despite being repeatedly accused of spending his money, she insisted that she was always the higher earner in the relationship.
So when I see this, I've worked my ass off to provide for my family and my children. This man has not paid a bill in this house in years. Even with a job, he hasn't paid a bill in this house in years. Not clothes for my children, not extracurricular, nothing.
Oh, that pisses me off.
As
Well,
it should, but
yeah,
people
it
just see
does.
it. I love when they say, oh, poor Kroy. Poor Kroy. I'm filmed 4 shows in 1 year on 4 networks, guys, the last year. Thank you, Jesus. Thank God.
Yeah.
To sum it up, the situation is a complete mess, chaotic, toxic, and deeply unstable, with all the children caught right in the middle of the drama. So many things have been made public that it has become nearly impossible for either of them to fully step away from it. From what once looked like a perfect couple, they have now become a prime example of how quickly a relationship can spiral into conflict and instability. And on that note, we would like to end this video. Let us know in the comments below what you think about this situation.